Hello and welcome to New York Sofalites. My name is Rachel and I am here with my oldest friends in the world, Stephanie and Gretchen, and we have a lot of thoughts. There's a lot going on in the world. There's so much to think about, and we're just here trying to bring a little bit of light into your day. Today, we're here to talk about a movie that actually came out a while ago. This movie premiered at Sundance in 2024, but it just hit HBO, which is how we all watched it. And
Yeah.
we are here today to talk about Freaky Tales.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I can't believe this didn't hit our radar sooner. Like, I can't believe no one was talking about this movie because I really liked it.
Yeah, Stephanie was the one who said we should talk about this movie. She was very into it. And
I was.
I will say maybe not a family movie because I tried watching it with my mom and she was like very not into it, but I liked it. So,
There is a lot of violence.
yeah.
So, from that perspective, maybe not a kid-friendly movie, but as
No.
far as your
A lot of
parents or siblings,
yeah.
just use your best judgment.
Yeah, some parents won't care, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We guessed our mom wouldn't like it, and we were right.
But it was because of the violence. It's not like
Yeah.
it would not be weird to watch with your family necessarily. There's not like a lot
No.
of sex and nudity and like
There's a
that
little bit
kind
of
of
sex,
stuff.
yeah, but not that much, yeah.
I don't
Um,
even, they're so little, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember it either.
There's like
Gretchen has
one,
watched it most recently.
well,
Oh, I
there's like
remember
one little scene, tiny scene,
kind
yeah.
of a very short cunnilingus scene.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Very
it
Yeah.
short.
it's not explicit. It's just
Mm-mm.
kind of it's like a sight gag kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 It's nothing major. Yeah, our mom just prefers her violence to be like of the medieval sort,
Yes.
or
If it's
I guess
medieval, she doesn't care.
vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's
Vampires or
vampires
medieval.
or medieval, but if it could feasibly be real life,
Yeah.
uh-uh.
Unless it has like Russell Crowe in it, then she might be okay with it. So, but she
Mm.
didn't even get to the Pedro Pascal part, so she couldn't she couldn't have like been like, oh, this is okay now. So,
No,
but
well, she missed out because
yeah.
the Pedro Pascal part was like my favorite part. But let I want to give Stephanie the floor first to give like a synopsis and just
Okay.
like tell us what you vibed with so much about this movie.
All right. Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks. So first of all, the movie is set on one day, May 10th, 1987, and it's split into four parts and it follows four people's storylines. And they're all living in Oakland, so not LA, Oakland, in the 80s. And their storylines intertwine a little bit, some more than others. And what I found really interesting was that the storylines were, I think at least three of the four were based on real life events. Because on May 10th, 1987, in real life, an NBA player called Sleepy Floyd, who also makes an appearance in the movie, played by Jay Ellis, scored, I think, a record number of points in a quarter. Um, don't at me. I'm not a basketball fan, but I believe he still holds this record for like the highest total number of points scored in a quarter, and and it happened on May 10th. So in Oakland, that was a really big deal because he played for the Warriors and they won against the Lakers. So it was kind of like an underdog story, and he was being called a superhero. And this movie has a fantasy element where there's this like green sort of like energy that materializes in people and is almost like a peripheral character. And I think it kind of represents the rebellion and stuff that was going on in Oakland during that time, because they cover the punk scene a bit. They beat up a bunch of Nazis, which also did happen apparently outside of that club that they were at a punk show at. Yeah. So, it's kind of cool because at the end, the Sleepy Floyd character becomes an actual superhero. I don't think that's a huge spoiler. Sorry, don't at me, but yeah, and then he makes a cameo as well, and there's a real character, a rapper called Too Short, who is a character in the movie and is a person in real life, and he makes a cameo. So it's kind of a cool, it's kind of like an action movie, with a little bit of a just a pinch of a fantasy element, I would say. And the storylines, I think, are like speak to the turmoil in Oakland during that time, but they're still, a lot of them are still relevant now. Like, the killing Nazis part, believe it
Yeah.
or not, in the year of our Lord 2025, we're still, thinking about things like that at times. So it's not completely irrelevant. Yeah. So did I leave anything out? Do you think
No, I
that's
thought yeah, that's a great synopsis. So like, yeah, the movie takes place over, does it take place just on one night, right?
I
Or
think
like
so. I think it's one night or like maybe an
maybe a
afternoon
couple of days.
tonight.
I feel like,
I
Yeah.
think it's a couple of days because they do show like all the punks preparing. So it might be like a couple of days for that
So
big
maybe
fight.
it's a
yeah.
couple of days. So maybe it's like May 9th and 10th, but it ends on the 10th.
Mm.
Because the last chapter is when Sleepy Floyd has his moment and
Hmm.
scores all those goals, points. I
Baskets.
don't
Basket?
Rachel, your kid plays basketball, you tell me.
I will tell you that I have heard a basket referred to as a field goal, and it really just like confused
No,
everything that I thought
that's
that I know. No, this is a real thing. If you make a basket in basketball, sometimes announcers who think they're cute will call it a field goal because apparently you can do that. Don't add us, sports people, or do and explain this
explain.
phenomenon to us. But
Explain.
yeah, I think you shoot a basket or you make a point or whatever. Um, so that's what
Instead
Sleepy
of
was doing
goal, yeah, that's what he was doing.
during this basketball game. And then after the basketball game, he has like another pretty epic moment. Um,
Yeah, his superhero moment is not at the game. It's later what happens
yeah,
after the game, which is good. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, this movie,
Yeah.
it definitely was not what I expected. I was like, yeah, I kind of think that I understand what this movie is going to be based on the trailer. And then it really was not what I expected at all when I was watching it, but I had a
Yeah.
great time watching it. It definitely has like the sense that the people who made it love Quentin Tarantino.
Yes, yes. I felt like they definitely paid homage to Quentin Tarantino and by extension his
Yeah, like
influences, I
Robert
guess. Yeah.
Rodriguez. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they were trying to put it together as like an anthology. The anthology didn't totally work for me, because I feel like you had like the first two opening vignettes that were interesting, and then the second half of the movie was just like a short movie that kind of was connected to those first two vignettes. So
Hmm.
like
I see what you're saying.
it didn't
Yeah.
totally work for me. Like I would have loved for the Pedro Pascal portion of it to have had a third act and for that to have been the entire movie, and then maybe I didn't need the two first vignettes, although I liked them. I just didn't really like, I see how like they tied in plot wise, but I didn't totally understand how they tied in movie wise. I feel like it could have been a little bit braided together a
Yeah.
little bit more
It would, yeah.
cohesively.
The chapter thing, I felt a little bit forced to me, but I like the storytelling element overall. I guess it maybe had like a little bit of a graphic novel feel for that reason.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
whole thing has like an very like 80s feel,
Yeah, like
like
illustrating elements.
VHS, like they even take us to a movie rental store at
Where
one point.
literally this character in the movie, so there's a cameo in the video rental store that like this character is absolutely based on Quentin Tarantino.
It's,
Oh yeah, he even
yeah,
dresses like him, but
I didn't even
it's
think
Tom
that, but I was,
Hanks. Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
that was out of left field for me. I did not expect to see him just turn around he's working at the video store and he's the really kind of what would you call like the know-it-all like movie
Yeah, the
buff
like
behind the
knowledgeable movie
counter.
guy.
Yeah, and
The Quentin
judging
Tarantino.
everyone. Yeah, judging everyone on their poor choices
yeah.
and ranking all his favorite movies, but he's great in it. I mean, yeah, it's not just like everyone loves Tom Hanks. He's, he does a lot of good work, but this was just like a really fun cameo that I didn't feel was like silly or
No,
extraneous
I
or
thought
anything. It was
that
fun.
was great. I appreciate
Yeah.
seeing Tom Hanks always, even if he's doing a Quentin Tarantino impression. I appreciate it.
That was
Yeah.
really funny. I didn't realize that either, but that totally
Giving
makes
Pedro
sense.
Pascal a hard time. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, "Ugh, this is what you want." Yeah. And like thinking back on it, I think the part that didn't, to Rachel's point, the part that didn't work for me was mostly the first vignette. I felt like that was a little more out of place to me, although it becomes a little more apparent at the end, like while it's there. But I felt like the second vignette where there's two women, they're like amateur rappers. They get invited to do a rap battle against Too Short, which is not something that actually happened, but it was something that was like based on reality. But what happens before is they get, or maybe after, no, I think it's before that, they get sexually harassed by one of the cops who, like, that's where we're introduced to the cop, I think, and he turns out to be an important character later. So I felt like the movie, like, for me, like, started to pick up at the second vignette. I was like, at first I was like, what am I watching? I didn't really, I didn't get it at all. And then I felt like after the second chapter or during the second chapter and beyond, then I started understanding what was kind of going on with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
I liked that second chapter. I think that might have been like as like a short film, I really liked it. I was like, "Oh, is this
it's
just
really
going to be
good.
like a movie where like everything works out for everyone who's nice?" Like that.
Yeah, yeah, and they were so talented and good, at what they were doing in this rap battle. I was like, I want to see more of this. This was, and yeah, the whole time I was thinking like, wow, these things used to happen and we were not born or old enough during that era, but those things used to happen. Like that would have been a really cool thing to witness in person, but seeing it on screen like that was still exciting in a weird way,
Yeah,
even
it
though we
was a
know
good
it's
scene.
staged. Yeah,
I
I
liked it a
liked it.
lot. I liked that whole like little vignette, and then I guess, and then we went into like the Pedro Pascal stuff, and still we were kind of watching a movie where like, things don't totally work out for all of our protagonists. Like tragedy strikes them, but we don't see it because
Yeah.
it's like either told in like a voiceover or in the case of Pedro Pascal, like we just completely skip that scene. And I'm like, I really wish that we would have seen that scene to kind of like, I don't know, I wish that the whole movie had been the Pedro Pascal narrative and then like those two first vignettes
Like
were like,
interspliced or something. Yeah.
yeah, shrink them down and fit them in somehow.
Hmm.
Yeah. I do
Um,
feel like um the well, first of all, one of the rappers, female rappers named Entice is played by Normani, who is a singer.
Hmm.
And I did
And I
feel
think
like,
it's her debut role, right?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Might be, yeah.
Um, I did feel like the cop presence increased. It was like that was almost like the thread that like kind of pulled everything together.
I think that he
Um,
was in all
Yeah.
three vignettes.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
In the
right.
beginning, they talk about the cops.
Yeah.
But
But he doesn't make the cops don't physically appear till the second vignette, I think,
mhm,
right? Yeah.
correct. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Um,
there's Ben Mendelsohn, who's like the bad cop, and then he has a
He's so good at
partner.
being a bad guy. Yeah.
He is, which is so, I'm sure that he's like sweet in real life,
He
but
seems like I don't know, I've never met him, but he seems like he has the potential to be like a total teddy bear in real life, but
right? He has that cute little lisp. Like it's,
wait,
yeah, yeah.
he has a
Exactly.
lisp? I never noticed.
yeah, he has a pretty pronounced
What?
lisp.
That's how I
Wow.
always like he's such a good actor that he can make his face look different. Like in this movie, I didn't realize it was him until I really identified the lisp. And then I was like, oh, I know that
Wow. Am
guy.
I
Yeah.
just like skipping over the list? Because I have seen him in other things. I never noticed it. But I know I've also not noticed lisps with other people in my real life. So I think I just don't hear them
You have
sometimes.
lisp blindness.
I
Lisp
guess. I
blindness.
don't know.
It's
Um,
like a cute lisp though. It's like a Christian Bale lisp. It's
Christian Bale
Christian
has a
Bale has a
lisp?
lisp?
oh my God, you guys.
What?
I mean, I knew he was good at losing and gaining weight and muscle
He has a
for
lisp? I'm so
different
confused.
parts, but I didn't know he could also lisp. Wow.
He for sure has a lisp. Now, this may not be a speech impediment. This may just be because like he is, I believe, from Wales, but then grew up
Yeah.
in like Spain or Portugal or something. Like
Really?
it might not be a speech impediment, but it is definitely a lisp.
I'm so confused. I know no lisps in real life, I guess.
I
Gotta go
can't
back and
believe
watch some.
that anybody could miss this. I might be hypersensitive to the lisp, but
I wonder
Apparently.
why.
Uh,
You never had a lisp, Rachel.
no, I feel, but my dad was very serious about diction. Like,
okay.
Oh, is that why your diction is so good?
yes, my dad was a stutterer, and he felt like it
Oh,
really held him back. And then
Mm,
he learned to speak perfectly, and it was really important that like I learned to speak perfectly and be understood.
okay.
And now I guess I am just like good at calling a lisp when I see one.
Well, I just Googled Christian Bale lisp because I was curious, and it does say he doesn't have a diagnosed one, but some viewers notice a distinctive S sound in his American accent, which they
It's
sound,
not just when he's being
oh,
American, it's all
huh?
the time.
Okay. Um,
It might be more pronounced when he's being American, but like
yeah.
yeah, it's like a full like a lip curl and a lisp. I feel like you have to go back and watch like early Christian Bale, like
Okay.
watch the Newsies.
Okay. I'm so like my mind is blown right now. Um, I noticed no lisps. Like I remember once I knew someone. He's actually from our hometown. You guys know him too. He has a lisp, and he went to my college, and he was in the art program, and someone else had transferred into the art history program or something. I was like, "Oh, do you know this guy?" And they're like, "Yeah, the one with the lisp." And I'm like, "What?" I
You
didn't
do have
really.
lisp blindness.
Yeah, and I don't think I had talked to him enough to like maybe pick up on it because I like just knew his brother better, but like I don't know. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
lisp blindness. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not something like I'll notice it, but I'll notice it like as someone having like blonde hair or something. Like it's just if I can understand
Oh,
them,
yeah, like this is not a
it's just like,
bad.
No,
yeah.
but I think I just like don't realize it. That's weird. I think I have. Maybe
It
I'm.
clearly has not held back these two
No,
actors,
I don't
Ben
know.
Mendelsohn and Christian
No.
Bale, are
I mean,
doing
Okay.
look at
fine.
Sean
So
Connery. He had something, I don't know if that was
no,
a
he's
lisp,
just
whatever he
Scottish.
had going
That's
on.
just Scottish. Yeah, that's just Scottish. But yeah,
Anyway,
freaky tales. But so I also love Jay Ellis. I think he's great. And
He's great.
I
I love him
really
too.
love him. In
yeah.
fact, my only other complaint about this movie was that when he was doing his like Bruce Lee stuff, he was wearing his like warm-up suit and it was really unflattering. And we saw him without his shirt on in a previous scene, and he looked great. So I don't understand
Mm.
why he was wearing so much clothing while he was doing the karate.
Why cover him
Yeah,
up?
stop
Well,
covering up Jay
I
Ellis.
give
give
us
us
more
what we
Jay
want.
Ellis. Yeah.
Yeah, show us the biceps. Come on now.
Just the biceps. We're not trying to be like objectifying, just the
No,
biceps.
well, I mean, show us the chest, show us the abs. Like,
I'll admit I'm objectifying him here, but he's also an amazing actor,
Yeah, he's
and he
great.
was
a
he was
great
great in this.
actor.
I don't think that his upper body nudity would have taken away from anything.
Wasn't gonna
No.
distract.
If
It wasn't gonna
anything,
detract, no.
if anything, it would have given even more Bruce Lee, I think, because they were obviously
Yes,
Mm,
that's how Bruce
like
Lee
with
was. Yeah.
the yellow outfit, they
good
were
point.
obviously trying to like be
I
giving
just had
Bruce
an
Lee.
image of Bruce Lee flash in my head, and I'm like, oh yeah, he was shirtless.
This
Yeah. And
this
he worked
movie.
hard on that physique, and I assume that Jay
Yeah,
Ellis works hard on the physique, and like we want to see the goods. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I feel like it just occurred to me because of the Bruce Lee thing that this movie does have a very Once Upon a Time in Hollywood kind of feel to it. And it's kind of like magical realism almost.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's a better way of
Not
putting it than
that.
like fantasy, like I
Well,
said, but
yeah, I mean,
magical
like,
realism.
it's,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood isn't necessarily magical realism, I guess, but it is in the sense that it's like at the end it's magical, but like whatever. I don't want
Yeah.
to spoil that
At
movie.
the end, everyone's so relieved. Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh my God. Yeah, at the end, yeah, there's some magical stuff, I guess, with
Yeah, this
I won't
movie
It's
spoil.
was
it's just different timelines playing out at the
Yeah,
end. It's
yeah,
fine. Yeah.
different alternative realities. But I also thought that this movie was also kind of a love letter to Oakland in some ways, which is nice.
Definitely. I think you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
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 Now, I
Pretty.
don't know that much about Oakland, but it seems, I mean, I know kind of like anecdotally from the news, it seems like there's definitely been turmoil. It's definitely like, there's a lot going on there with like the hip hop scene, obviously, that was represented here and the punk scene. So like a
Hmm.
lot of music scene stuff represented in Oakland. What is your experience of like Oakland?
Yeah, so I lived in San Francisco for about a year. And I went to Oakland just a couple times. So I believe the phrase "there's no there" is phrase is was coined for Oakland.
Oh, like
So yeah,
pejoratively?
it was just a way to describe it. Like there's no there, like there's no feeling to the city that doesn't feel cohesive. Like there's no thing. Like New
Oh,
York, you think
oh,
of
okay.
like New York, you think of the Empire State Building or Rockefeller Center, whatever. Like there's no there. There's nothing
There's
that
no
like
sense
yeah.
of place.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
and I admittedly, well, let's see. I stayed with my friend in Oakland 2 years ago for a couple nights. Um, it does feel it feels very different than San Francisco. San Francisco is quite lovely, beautiful architecture, very clear sense of place. Oakland is um it feels like a forgotten place sometimes. Like it feels like
Hmm.
kind of like I mean where my friend lived was very industrial. Um yeah, but I think unfortunately, for whatever reason, Oakland has been plagued with some turmoil for many years. But there's a lot of pride there too, and there's a really cool
Hmm.
art scene, and there's really
Hmm.
cool music happening there because, partly because I think it's, has its own struggles, but the reason that she lives out there, my friend, is because you can get really inexpensive giant studio space, and she has like a company where she makes stuff. So she has this giant warehouse where and her boyfriend lives across the street, lives in like this loft area, and someone just like has um the same car that our grandfather had, which is a Model T Ford, just like sitting
Oh.
in their living room area because it's such a large loft, and it's just like here's our art piece, which is a Model T Ford. Like it's just like
I
Love
kind of
that.
love that. Yeah.
yeah. So there's like a lot of it's not necessarily like a beautiful place, but there's a lot of like creativity there, and
That's what I've
yeah.
heard about it too. I've only been there once, but yeah, I understand it. I could be wrong. I no, but what I understand about it is that it's lower income than San Francisco. It has its population has more people of color, and yeah, I think that there's been issues with the police there, like there are
Yeah.
in
I mean,
many
there
cities, but I
historically
think
it's
it's
really bad there, yeah.
yeah. So but I do, yeah, I've also heard that a lot of amazing, creative things have come out of it and come out of that turmoil. Um, my personal favorite podcast is now produced and broadcast out of Oakland.
What is it,
So
99% Invisible?
no, Snap Judgment and also their
Oh
sister
yeah.
podcast Spooked.
I
Yeah,
think
they
they've
used to
always
be
been
in
there, right?
No, they were in New York initially, and then I think, yeah, but
Mm,
I think now they're in Oakland.
Huh,
Yeah,
okay.
interesting.
Yeah, because
For
I
the
thought,
cheaper studio space, maybe.
yeah,
yeah.
I thought Glenn Washington was always in Oakland for some reason. But
I think he
99%,
might, or no, he's not from Oakland, but
no, he's
he
from
talks about
Minnesota.
Oakland. Yeah,
Yeah, I know 99% Invisible has always been made in Oakland too.
really,
So
I
they're
didn't know
very,
that.
very good
Okay,
podcast, and they talk about Oakland sometimes. So there's some really interesting things. I went to a theater there. Um, Also, I think I had this really fun experience I think it was Oakland. Um, I was taking the train from, it might have been in Berkeley. No, but I think it was Oakland, from the airport to the city. And I was like waiting for the train while a baseball game was getting out. And I think it was the Oakland A's. And like, it's just like this great stream of people just coming out of it. So it's like, there's a lot of like life, like really beautiful, like stuff happening there. But it's definitely, I don't think it's ever been like an appealing real estate destination, but it's
Mhm.
like always been a really interesting place. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
this movie definitely seemed to think of Oakland warmly, at
mhm.
least,
Yeah.
yeah,
representing lots of different kinds of people and lots of people really, kicking the shit out of Nazis. And
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Love
mean,
that.
who doesn't, I guess, like in a post-Trump era, who doesn't want to be like kicking the shit out of Nazis? Like, they really,
Yeah.
these filmmakers were just like, we have to give these people what they want.
Those
And it's,
punks were, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I was like, that's what I was also trying
Yeah.
to explain to my mom while you're watching it. I was like, oh, this is an allegory for the Republicans and the Democrats, I think, Mom. Not that the Democrats are being punks right now, but
I mean,
um,
we're for sure being punks right now, but we're not like being
Being
like
punks, but not
punks.
being
yeah,
like
yeah,
cool.
not the
Yeah,
right
not
Not the
punks.
cool
being
kind of punks.
And
We're
I
just
will not
being
not
say,
like,
and
not real
obviously,
punks. Yeah.
and obviously, not all Republicans are Nazis and stuff. I'm saying, I'm just saying, like, there's like there's something there, like an allegory type thing. But
oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
was
Yeah.
palpable.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, it was
and
the first thing I thought. And but then then you think, "Oh, this fit then, it fits now. It's almost, it's 40 years later almost and we're
Hmm.
still dealing with this.
Yeah,
here's
When
what
will
I
it
have to
end?"
say about the Nazi stuff is the guy that played the young Nazi, the like,
the
I
lead
guess
kind of Nazi.
the, yeah, I guess like the lead young Nazi looks so much like Henry Rollins. And he
Yeah,
played the Nazi on Sons of
yeah,
Anarchy. And I was like,
yeah,
this is the most perfect casting
yeah.
that I have ever so like my hat is off to whoever cast this movie because I don't know where they found this person. I don't know if he is related to Henry
Yeah,
Rollins.
that's interesting. I didn't
He
realize that, but you're totally
does.
right. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're right. That was good. And yeah, thinking of that scene too, we saw Angus Cloud in his last movie appearance. Angus Cloud, R.I.P. I
Yeah.
believe this was his last one before he
So that
passed
was really
away. So
sad. And then
yeah, that was
another person
sad.
in the cast, also the other like person that worked for Ben Mendelsohn, the like Nazi that had the long kind of like blonde mullet, also
Hmm.
passed away
And oh
before this movie
wow,
came out.
Wow.
wow, I'm sad.
So, yeah, bad
Yes.
luck. Bad luck on those
Yeah,
films.
but then everyone else in this movie seems to be like kicking, like I mean, Pedro
Literally
Pascal, like
kicking.
literally everyone else seems to be kicking and doing really well. So
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I
yeah,
think yeah, there was definitely
There's,
a lot
I
to
wouldn't say
recommend about
there's a
this
curse
movie.
on the movie. I'd say
No.
it was just a good movie.
Although I don't know. So this movie premiered at Sundance in 2024, and then I don't think it got a wide theatrical release because it does
I
not
don't think so.
appear to have made any money. So that
No.
might be bad luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was written and directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, who were the people that made Captain Marvel, which I guess
Oh,
explains
awesome.
the Ben Mendelsohn connection.
Hmm.
And they also, Ryan Fleck directed Half Nelson, which, if anyone remembers
Oh, as
Half
that girl from,
Nelson,
yeah.
yeah,
Barbara.
the star of that movie was from Binghamton High School.
Hmm.
So a little nice
Really? I did
Binghamton
not
Yeah. I
know
wonder
connection.
how
that.
she's doing. Yeah. I wonder if she's still
Half
acting.
Nelson.
I
All
hope
Yeah.
right.
so. She was quite good. That
Yeah.
movie, I mean, the only time that I saw that movie was when I was also in high school, but I liked it.
Yeah. It
So
has
I didn't really
Ryan
like
Gosling
Captain
in it.
Marvel.
I
I
never saw that.
Captain Marvel or in Half Nelson.
Half Nelson.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she is still acting. Sharika Epps.
Yes, Sharika Epps,
Yeah.
Binghamton's own Sharika
Yes.
Epps.
Yes.
She wasn't in this movie, but that
No. No, but we're a fan. Yeah.
we are a fan. And yeah, so I mean these filmmakers have some stuff under their belt, but this one doesn't really appear to have had a lot of luck at the box office or have even been in theaters.
I Googled it and apparently it was released theatrically in April of 2025.
Hmm.
Okay, so
How
very
odd. Very
recently.
recently. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
It definitely didn't
it's
play in Binghamton.
yeah, and it's labeled as 24 because that's when it actually came out.
Hmm.
And it was filmed between 2022 and 23. So yeah, I don't know why they what held it up or anything, but I guess that's why no one's been talking about it. It wasn't really released widely in theaters and now it's just plopped on HBO. And I don't know why I was even drawn to it because I'm not usually like that into like just like plain action movies, but yeah, I was like let's just play. I was like it was one of those nights where I was like I'm playing something and I'm just not going to change it. I can't deal with like how I feel about it. If I hate it, I'm just going to watch it all the way through and I actually really liked it. So, yeah.
That's very lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
know it
worked out.
was. It worked
Yeah.
out really nicely.
Well, you picked a good one. I feel like, are you a big Tarantino fan?
Yeah, I like Tarantino stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like this movie was very much like a little bit of Tarantino fanfic,
Hmm.
a
Yeah.
little, which I mean, it worked for me. It also had a little bit of like Scott Pilgrim in there with like some of the more like comic booky type notes,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Hmm.
like
For
that
sure.
too.
Yeah.
which I
Yeah,
really liked.
I
Um,
really liked the vibey like 80s of it too. And not that I want to call an 80s movie a period piece, but is that what it is now? I liked being a
100% it's a period
Yeah, I
piece.
guess
Yep.
so.
I
Yeah.
liked
Yep, yep,
being
yep.
immersed into a different period. I always like that. And I usually go for like Jane Austen era or like early 20th century, but this worked for me.
I think anything that takes place before there were cell phones is technically a period piece because of how different people
Yeah,
behave now
that's
that there
true.
are cell
That's a
phones. I
good
think
point.
you could
Yeah.
make that argument. So this was definitely a period piece.
And I will say, as I watched it, it really hit me how big our phones are in our lives, as if, we don't think about that already, but it was just I was like, wow, like we are that generation where we used to live without phones and then we
Yeah.
got phones. And I used to love going to the video store. That was like my favorite thing
Hmm.
to do,
Oh my God, I
And
loved the
so
video store.
yeah, like I still mourn that. I'm like, that's never coming back. And it's sad, but yeah, it really like made me think about like how addicted we are to our phones, and it was like a nice mental break from all that. Like I think I even set my phone down and didn't like made a point not to look at it because I was like, I am in a period that isn't that far away, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
we weren't like glued to our phones like we are now.
Yeah. It's
So,
it's it does feel like I guess you're right. When there's no cell phones, it's definitely like a period piece. There are some places that you can definitely go to video stores still. Not many, but there are a
That's
couple of
lovely.
cities that will have a video store that you can go rent
it's
things
not the
at.
same.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay. Wow.
Well, it's not the same because, well, I think our local area had a franchise, a franchise of video
Video King. Yeah.
stores called Video King that was a local thing, and they would have free popcorn and like that
What?
was a very,
Free
yeah.
popcorn?
Yeah,
yeah.
they had a huge popcorn machine in every
I
store,
don't
and you could
remember.
get some.
Wow.
You don't remember that?
No.
I think that I don't know if they always did, but definitely when we were like little, they had the popcorn
I
machine.
don't think they did when we got older because I didn't. I don't think I
Well,
had that.
maybe
Yeah.
not, but for a while.
It's super
And
cute though. You guys walk around with popcorn. It's adorable.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
It was
and it'd be by
super
the
cute.
door, so when you left, you could like pay for your videos, pick up your
Aw.
popcorn, and leave.
That's so
So
nice.
when
Wow.
I say like, oh, it's not the same, I'm not dissing any current video stores. I'm just like being very nostalgic
She's just
for
like
our.
no humor. It's not the same.
Listen, because video stores now, like it's different.
It's
They're
kitschy.
not
Yeah.
selling videos, they're selling nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But they should have free
yeah.
popcorn. All video stores should have free
It
Yeah.
was
popcorn.
great. They had a little play area for like all the kids' movies were in a
Yeah.
fake
I
castle.
remember
I
that.
remember that. Yeah.
And when we were really little, I don't know if you guys remember this, but all the horror movies were in a haunted house and there were like
Yes.
screaming like
Yeah. Yeah.
witches or something like on rocking chairs on this front porch. It was so scary.
I
Yeah.
remember that
And I
now.
wasn't allowed to go in there, but yeah.
And then they had the porn room. I remember that one.
Yeah,
They
which I
for
never
sure had
knew
a
what
porn
that
room.
was. I never figured out what that was till
So it's just
probably
like
after
weird
they shut
dudes
down. It
coming
was
out of there.
always men and they
Well,
always looked
obviously, like,
creepy.
yeah, so it's
I
just like,
know, but it
yeah,
was like they were always like they always had a certain look about them. Like they always
yeah,
had it was the era of mullets. Like they all had mullets.
They did not look like Pedro Pascal.
no,
No.
no,
No.
not one of them.
Not
No.
one. No.
But speaking of movies, so this is kind of like a cultish movie, like one that will, I think it's playing off cult themes. Like, what are your favorite cult movies that are out there?
I have to
Out in the
say,
ether.
out there in the ether, my favorite, I don't even know if this like qualifies as a cult classic movie, but it was like kind of like a movie that was not, it didn't do a lot of box office, but like I think is very, very good. It's called Velvet Goldmine, which is a movie that I found
Oh
at the
yeah.
Video King when I was a kid. It came out in 1998 and is a fantastic movie.
Question: does that have Jonathan Rhys Meyers in it? Or am I
It
thinking? Okay,
does.
okay. I think I might have seen it.
And
What?
Yeah.
How do you know this?
I
What
think
is
I
this
might have seen
movie?
it or seen it at Video King, like the front of it. Yeah.
yes, the
Either
front of
way.
it has like Jonathan Rhys Meyers' face
Yeah.
in kind of like an Andy Warhol like
Yes.
looking. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Great, great movie. I hope that we get the opportunity to talk about it at some point because
Oh
it's just
my
like,
gosh.
Stephanie's already gonna like
Yes.
get it. She's already on her way.
I'm
honestly,
Googling it. You're
I feel like
right.
Stefan, like this movie has everything. It has Christian Bale, it has Ewan McGregor, it has Tony Collette, it has Eddie Izzard, it has glam
Ewan
rock.
McGregor.
You know what? I don't think
It
I ever saw it, but I definitely remember the cover. I gotta watch it. Yeah.
it's very, very good.
Yeah.
It was nominated for an Academy Award for costume design. Um,
All right.
but yeah, I highly, highly recommend it. The music in it is truly spectacular.
All
Um,
right.
Yeah. And it's about glam rock, right?
it's about glam rock, and the
Yeah.
music
Okay.
in it is very glam rock. It has a lot of like classic stuff, a lot of like T-Rex and stuff that you
Nice.
would recognize, but then it has this whole entire like it's about a musician, so his music, and then it like they wrote the music and it's performed by Jonathan Rhys Meyers, and then some of it's performed by Ewan McGregor.
I love that.
They did a lot
Wow.
with Roxy Music,
Okay.
and yeah, Brian
Very
Eno is on there.
cool.
Placebo. This is where I was introduced to Placebo. It's
Oh,
very,
interesting. Okay.
very important. Yeah,
Yeah.
Brian Ferry and Roxy Music did a lot of the music for it, and
Okay. Nice. I gotta watch
Wow.
it.
yeah,
Yeah, this
it's
is very,
incredible
this
stuff.
looks amazing. Why have I never heard of this?
Sorry, I interrupted
Yeah,
something.
it
Now I
didn't
have.
do a lot of business. It did about $4.3 million, so it lost money. Um, but it is so, so good. And it was an early, I guess maybe not early, but it was a Todd Haynes movie, who went
Yeah.
on to do I'm Not There and May December
Yes.
recently.
Mm.
So a
All
very,
right.
very good film.
All right, that's a good
Cool.
one.
Gotta
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah. Um, so that's a great one.
Yeah,
Any
what are your guys' favorite cult classics?
I think the one that comes to mind for me is Drop Dead Gorgeous from
Love it.
1999. Again, something I rented from the Video King, probably on a Friday night.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, this one is full of actresses that are still relevant. Kirsten Dunst, Allison Janney, who we just fangirled over in one of our recent episodes. It also has Kirstie Alley, R.I.P., Brittany Murphy, R.I.P. I mean,
Oh
she
my
was
God.
such a huge talent, and
Yeah.
I remember, growing up in that era, and she was just in so many movies, and I started watching it recently, and I had forgotten Brittany Murphy was in this. But yeah, it's about kind of a low stakes beauty pageant in, I believe it's Minnesota.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
definitely
It's
And
definitely
Minnesota.
yeah,
Minnesota. And also, this is Amy Adams's first movie, and
is it her first
What?
movie?
she's
Okay.
from Minnesota, and I think they like cast her somewhere around, and then someone was like, "You need to go to," because she was so good. Like they're like, "You need to move to LA."
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
I feel like
Yeah.
she had the least strong Minnesota accent out of all
Yeah.
of the people in this movie, and
Yes.
They
maybe because
all
she like was actually
Yeah,
from
really,
there.
actually from it. Yeah.
yeah,
They were
they
really
all
putting it
really
on.
overplay that. Yeah, it's funny. And then I think the Brittany Murphy character has a brother in New York, so she kind of
Yes.
plays to her New York like background. Well, she's from New Jersey, but
Yes, but she has
um,
a very thick like East Coast accent, so it's
Mm-hmm.
very,
yeah, so
very
she's like,
funny.
I just came back from my summer in New York, and yeah, and it's kind of like I don't know, what do you like? Do you want to call it a murder? It's not really a murder mystery, but
And no,
like
but you know what it was?
girls
It was one of the
start
first
dying.
like
Yeah.
it was one of the first mockumentary
Oh
style
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
movies.
yes.
It was because
And
yeah, it's like
yes,
spinals happen that way, I guess. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
yeah. It was probably the first one I saw. And I remember thinking it was such a good idea for like a genre, like a mockumentary. And whenever I see a mockumentary, I always think back to Drop Dead Gorgeous because that was the first one I saw. And yeah, so that's probably my favorite.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I love it. It taught the world the Minnesota accent.
It did.
It was like I definitely watched it on a plane recently, and I was like, "Oh, this could not have been made today."
No, a lot of it does
Yeah,
not hold up.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, yeah.
But like, it's really so amusing. Allison Janney is amazing in it. I thought is it Ellen Barkin who plays
She
Kirsten
is.
Dunst's mom? She was great.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
but yeah, Denise Richards, you know, she she's not the greatest actress, but she works in this role. Like she's
Yeah,
Yeah,
because she's
she
like
was
the
great in this
pretty
role.
yeah,
popular girl. Like
yeah.
that's what she can do well.
And she just kind of
And
like, yeah, she was just kind of the spoiled girl who's like talking to her mom all the time about like, I don't want to do this. And Kirstie Alley's like, get on that float. And then, yeah.
Oh my
um,
God,
yeah.
so good.
Kirstie Alley is great. Another movie I watched recently, she's not my cult movie, but It Takes Two, and Kirstie Alley's in that as well.
I
And I
Oh
was like,
love
my
oh,
that
I
movie.
forgot how like appeal. I think she was kind of problematic at the end of her life, but like she
was
was.
she?
I thought she
Oh,
was
I
like,
didn't know.
wasn't she like a Trumper or something? I mean, like you
I
Oh
don't
know,
know.
but
no.
she is just like so likable and um like
She was
such a
extremely
great presence, like
likable.
and really great and like great presence. Yeah, so
That movie
Yeah.
is also great. Steve
yeah,
Guttenberg, right?
Steve Gutenberg, yes, yes.
Love that guy.
Um, oh, you know what? She was a Scientologist, and
Oh, this is the
she
other
was the
thing.
Trumper. Yeah, she was a Trumper.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
weird to be a Scientologist and a Trumper. How can you have two gods?
I,
Anyway, like,
I
Two
don't
cults. What is
know.
happening?
Yeah, yeah,
Pick a
but
cult and stay in that cult.
this is
yeah.
the thing that we didn't talk about with Freaky Tales is there was like a low-key like Scientology C plot where
Mm.
like the
Oh
basketball
yeah, the
player was like
psychotropics or whatever. That's the other thing that's
The
like throughout the whole.
psychotropic,
Yeah, throughout the whole thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
psychotropic, but with like obviously like drawing from
Hmm.
Dianetics and
Yeah.
like here's how you like become a member of my cult. But then it was
Yeah.
like the moral of the story was like Scientology is good because then you can make Nazis explode. So I
Hmm.
don't
Yeah.
totally know what we were trying to say with that, but
Yeah.
Well, I also thought that was like an interesting sort of allegory for what we're dealing with these days with certain like make America healthy again type thing. Like it's not really the same thing, but it's like, this promise of like all these things are going to come to you if you just like do these things and come to my center and
yeah,
learn
like
these
Scientology.
tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Scientology or I don't
Yeah.
know, like maybe make Maha is not the exact right um reference to make here, but yeah, like there's still lots of snake oil salesmen out there.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
but in this
For sure.
movie, it was real. Like at the beginning, they make it sound like, oh, it's so crazy who would do that, but then it
But
seems
they
to
show like the
work.
punks like meditating and like watching it and stuff, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, in
yeah.
the end, I think almost all the characters like join their newest TV
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
commercial.
they're
So
like
Yeah.
in the
they're
Yeah.
like,
what was
this
it called? The
works.
psychotropics? The
Yeah.
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 What is it called? Yeah,
they're in the psychotropics
psychotropic.
ad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the ad.
It was
And
funny, like, because you did see a lot of ads like that from the 80s with, like, I'm basketball legend, whoever the hell, and
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
yeah,
my, you know, book on
Yeah.
self-help and like how to have a positive attitude that I published or
yeah.
whatever.
And you just need to come by it and your life will be changed. Everything's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in
But
this
then
case,
yeah,
it worked, I guess.
I guess
I don't know if they
something
totally
was
landed
going
the plane
on.
there.
Yeah, I at the end I feel like there's a lot left to the imagination on what was going on there, but it
Yeah, a
seemed the
few
psychotropic thing
holes.
seemed involved in the
Yeah.
success in the Superman story.
It
So,
definitely
Yeah.
was a presence. Yeah. Yeah. But
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
all in all, very good. Gretchen, do you have
Yeah.
a cult classic favorite?
so the first, like, definitely Drop Dead Gorgeous is one that I was very intrigued by as a child. But one of the first that I was like really was able to like watch and kind of see all of the weird ironies of was Heathers. Do you guys remember Heathers?
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
Heathers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Loved Heathers.
And now the musical.
Oh yeah. There's a who was doing the music for that?
I
Do you
don't know
know?
who does the
Okay,
music
I thought it
for
was like a
it.
rock opera or something. But yeah, Winona Ryder is in Heathers. What's his name? Not
Christian
Slater,
Slater.
yeah.
Christian Slater.
Um, I really liked it. I always really thought Heathers was really fun, and I think that was like one of those movies. Like when you start picking out your own movies the first time, you're not like just watching whatever your parents or your sister brings home. Um, and that was like one that I was like, I need to watch Heathers for some reason, and I like really was intrigued by it.
I
So
didn't know you watched
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Full
this was in college.
disclosure, I've never watched Heathers. I
Okay,
know the
yeah.
plot, like I know the
Yeah, I watch how
Yeah,
those.
I
It's
gotta
very,
do that
it's
this
like a
weekend.
straightforward movie. It doesn't have like a lot of nuance. It's obviously like a satire, but it's like Drop Dead Gorgeous. It's not like,
Yeah,
it's a little
no,
silly, but it's
I'm not
smart,
looking for nuance. I'm okay with
Yeah.
silly.
Um, but
I
it's
do
like
love
it's dark.
Very
nuance.
good. It's
It's
very
definitely
funny.
dark, yeah. And
Very dark.
yeah, and the scene at the end is great where she's like blown something up. Was it like part of the high school or something? And
It
she
was
just
the
like,
school. I feel like this
yeah,
doesn't age well. They like
no,
literally like bombed
no.
their high school.
It doesn't could not have been made today again. Another movie that could not have been made today.
Yeah.
Um, One of my favorite lines where she's like, "You puked all over something." She goes, "Lick it up," like or something. Lick it up, like yeah. It was just like yeah. Oh yeah,
Ew.
Stephanie. Sorry, I forgot. She's really phobic about puke. Um,
No, the
but
Yeah.
first kind of mean thing mom ever said to me was about
oh
that.
my God. My mom was
Gretchen,
so mean when I was a
Gretchen
kid.
got when we were
I used to throw
driving.
up a lot when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
she'd get
Oh.
car sick. We were driving to our lake house in New Hampshire, and she got car sick and threw up on my mom's shirt. And
Oh.
everything was so like chaotic that my parents got a hotel for the night because we just couldn't drive all the way to the lake under these circumstances. And I was freaking out because I didn't like throw up. So in the middle of the night, I woke up. I was probably like 4, 5, I don't know. And I was like, Mom, is Gretchen's throw up still on your shirt? And I had woken my mom up to
Just to
ask
Oh my
her
ask her
God.
that.
that. And she goes, No, why did you want to suck it off? And I was like,
Oh my God.
Oh my God, so mean. I mean, she had two younger children. It was probably like she probably just fallen
she
asleep,
had,
and they're
I
fucking like
know. I was like,
Stephanie's here,
Mom,
like.
Oh my God.
Mom, is it still on your shirt? Mom,
She's like, I don't fucking know. Go back to sleep. Like,
you want to suck it
what a meanie.
off vividly because she had never been like
I know. I remember that.
mean,
I
like
wasn't.
sassy
I heard it later. Like
to
I
me.
wasn't there. Yeah, yeah. I heard about it later.
This is such a cautionary tale because kids remember
I
everything.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
of course, the one time that your mom like
Yeah.
had
I think it's a
had
fish.
it
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
was
She
sassy with
was
you and you
so
remembered it
gentle
for
and
like
kind.
literally
Yeah.
30
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Yeah.
She was like very. She was very patient with us for the most part.
So
Yeah.
patient.
Yeah.
In general, so patient. But like, I don't blame her. If I had been woken up in the middle of the night by
Got like
my
my
oldest
6-year-old.
kid, yeah,
Yeah.
by my 6-year-old who was like phobic about her younger sister's vomit, like I just would have been pissed too.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
don't
like
blame her. I don't blame
you
her.
can't always be responsible for what you say in the middle of the night when your
No.
kids wake you up for no reason.
I can't be responsible for what I say in the middle of the night sometimes. Like, yeah.
It
I
happens to me
certainly
a lot. I
can't.
get woken up in the middle of the night a lot. And
I'm sorry.
And you
Yeah.
carry on fearlessly. I just respect
do
Yeah,
you
my
so
I know.
best.
much for
I
that.
know. I'm always like Rachel. I feel like Rachel's doing a lot more than I am, and I'm more tired somehow. Like
I
she,
know, like
yeah, I
when
was
I'm
like,
tired, I think about Rachel and I'm
yeah,
like, well, my kids didn't wake me up in the middle of the night because I don't have kids.
yeah,
So why am I so
yeah.
tired?
Like Rachel's doing the editing on this podcast, and she has two
Truly a
children.
mystery as to how like I just feel like when you are a mom or a dad like you have like another gear that you don't know you have that you like go
Mm,
into where you're like whatever, I don't need any sleep. I'll
oh.
just do it.
Yeah, I've definitely thought about that because one of my good friends just had a baby, and I'm like, "How are you?" She's like, "I don't sleep anymore." Like, oh, that sounds like
Oh,
that sucks. Yeah.
It'll get better for her.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
fine.
very
It's
recent,
all gonna be fine.
so yeah,
I hear it gets better.
yeah, yeah. But any other movies, any other cult movies that we want to mention before we wrap up?
Right? I feel like I mean Quentin Tarantino movies are a good example of like
Yeah,
kind of like having a cult classic vibe, although many of them are enormous hits.
yeah.
Um,
I'd say
Yeah.
maybe
and
the only one that's like a little cult classic is like Reservoir Dogs because that wasn't quite as big when it came out, but
right.
they all
But
have that
yeah,
vibe.
college
Yeah.
guys
Mm.
really fucking love that movie.
All those guys love that movie. Yeah.
Of course
They,
they do.
yeah. It's why did they love that movie? anonymity, people being stuck in one place. I don't know,
Violence.
violence. Yeah, all men working shit out, but not realizing they're working shit out. They're just hurting each other instead. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't connect to it very much at all, but I know that
Oh.
college guys like really fucking
Yeah, I
loved
just
that
don't know
movie.
why. Like, I'm trying to figure out like, what they connect to. Because I've seen it and I was like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm like, okay, it's a movie about. I get what it's about, but I do. I mean, I did. What honestly, my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie is probably Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's just the one that appealed to me the most. But
Yeah,
I do love
I
Foxy
think mine is
Brown. Yeah,
too.
yeah, but
Although
Mine too, yeah.
I loved Death Proof and
I
Planet
haven't
Terror, the
seen
like
them.
Grindhouse
Oh,
with
the
Robert
Grindhouse ones.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, yeah, those were good. Yeah,
Those were very
yeah.
good. And I thought about that a lot when I was watching Freaky Tales. I was like, this has the
Like
same
very
kind of
Grindhouse
like,
feel. Yeah.
yeah, like a Grindhouse feel and like that kind of violence where it's like, just like
It's like cartoony violence.
silly.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I was trying to explain to my mom. Like, it's cartoony violence. Like, the blood is not, it's like weird 3D
yeah.
blood. It's not like, yeah, but
There
yeah.
were some like really poor special effects in that Nazi punk
Well, I thought it
scene.
was intentionally bad. That's what I
Oh,
thought.
okay.
I
I
could
thought
have,
it was
We'll
too.
be generous.
Yeah.
Okay. All
yeah.
I
right.
thought it was intentional and it kind of made it
That's what I was like
less
talking to my mom
like
about. Like, I think it's cartoony. Like, it's like coming out at you or something. Yeah, that's what I
But
thought.
right. Like
well, the
it just felt
practical
like,
effects I
yeah.
thought were good and fun, but like the actual like the CG like visual effects were I don't remember now like what was practical and what
Okay.
was obviously
Maybe
CG, but
I'm
I was
missing
like
something. Maybe I missed it.
and and obviously was a budget thing
Yeah.
and whatever
Yeah.
and like that's fine, but
I thought it
yeah,
was
Yeah.
intentional.
it might have been.
Maybe.
Maybe it
Yeah.
was both.
It could
But
have been
yeah,
both.
any other movies that we want to mention? So yeah, there's Quentin Tarantino has the feel for sure. Any others?
I think we have to mention the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's like
Mm-hmm.
the cult
Yeah.
classic film.
I
Mm-hmm.
thought that's what
We
you were gonna say, Rachel, when
Yeah,
I
you
me
do
too.
love
Yeah.
Rocky Horror Picture Show, but
Yeah.
I think as a film, it's more about the experience than it is about like it being
Yeah.
a good movie, which it like truly is not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're gonna go into like real cult movies, like The Room is obviously like not a
The
good movie.
Room.
But the experience, like going to watch it or like watching it with someone for the first time where you're like, I have no idea what this is. And then it's
Mm.
insane. You're like, oh, this is actually really. Have you seen The Room yet, Stephanie? Not Room with not Allison Brie, with Brie Larson, but The Room, like the really, really bad one that the
Where he's like,
disaster artist
"Oh,
was
hi,
made.
Mark."
Yeah. Oh, hi, Mark. The disaster artist was made
No.
about it.
No,
Okay.
this is, I feel like this is a movie that you will probably not connect with. It's
It's
like
just terrible. And
so bad.
but it's like that's why people are interested. They're like, how did this get made?
The
I
narrative
think
of it is
that's why I
very
haven't
weird
watched
and
it. And
funny.
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Have you
I
seen The
will.
Disaster Artist? Have you seen that one? It's about
No,
making that movie. Okay.
I
Um,
haven't. Or maybe I started it once with you or Ian. I don't
yeah,
know.
because I did listen to Disaster Artist, like the audiobook, and the book is actually really quite good. The movie
The book
was,
is good. The book is shockingly good because it's written
yeah,
by
by
the
Mark.
actor that was in the or
Yeah.
in the
Yeah, The Room. The
the
Room.
room.
Yeah.
And he's not a very good actor, but he's a
No.
pretty passable writer.
Yeah, he was really quite good. And
And he reads the audiobook. So like
yes, he says all the voices, and he's
you
great at the
kind of
voices. Yeah.
he's great at the voices and you
Yeah.
kind of get the feeling that like he is working through the trauma
Yeah.
of this experience while
Yeah.
having written and reading the audiobook and it's very
Honestly,
fun.
I don't think I would have connected as much with The Room if I hadn't listened to The Disaster Artist. I think I kind of like listened to a little bit of it and then watched the movie and then kept like listening to it. So I would
Okay.
recommend them as a pairing, maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
I
can
think,
see that.
yeah, I think you would
The
enjoy
movie
The
is quite
Disaster.
short though, so like it
Yeah,
really it's not like a I
it's
don't
just
know.
like so bad. Like
You
it,
guys can do
yeah.
a separate podcast about this one.
Well,
Sounds like you have a lot to say.
Fair enough.
you
Fair enough.
can review it. You can review it. You can be the one who
I
doesn't know
think Gretchen
anything.
has a lot she needs to get off her chest
No, I
about
mean, I
Disaster
mean, like
Room.
honestly, like nothing has. I can't say anything that hasn't been said already. It's like
Oh
It's
yeah,
been
no, this has
analyzed to the
been.
ground, yeah, so into the ground. But
Right.
I'm trying to
Cool.
yeah,
think of other like cult classic films that have been really important. I can think of a lot of movies that like are kind of bad, but I still love them, which is
yeah.
definitely part of being a cult classic, but I don't know
Hmm.
that any of the movies that are like very dear to me actually qualify.
Yeah. I mean, I did when I did Google like cult classic cult like movies to see like what I liked might line up. Labyrinth came up, and Labyrinth was one of my personal
Oh, I
favorites.
I
love
Yeah,
love
Labyrinth.
yeah,
Labyrinth.
yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, Labyrinth is
I
an all-time
thought that
favorite.
Labyrinth was a hit. I didn't
I
realize
didn't
that
realize it was a
like,
cult classic.
I don't know. I do have a
Maybe it
Labyrinth
is.
T-shirt.
Maybe I
Yeah,
just
I don't
have
know.
been
I
in
wasn't
my own
alive
little
when it came
bubble.
out, so I just watched it on video later. So um, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but
Yeah.
it did
Well,
but
come
we'll have
out.
to
yeah.
do like maybe another episode on cult classics then,
Yeah, some
or
analytical
even
stuff.
Labyrinth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A
Great
Labyrinth
Yeah.
costumes.
episode would be great.
Great
Great
costumes.
Yeah.
costumes,
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
great
Such good
Muppetry.
costumes.
Yeah, great world
Yeah.
building. Yes,
Yeah.
as
So
we
good.
call
Love
it.
So
it.
good.
All right. So, thank you guys for
All right,
joining. This was
great.
fun.
Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us. Don't forget
Yeah.
to like this video if you enjoyed it. Follow us,
Subscribe.
subscribe. We're on Spotify, we're
Instagram.
on Instagram, and email us. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you want to hear more of. So,
We want to
Yeah.
hear
yeah.
what your favorite cult classic films are, and maybe they're some of ours too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we miss?
What did we forget
I'm sure
about?
we missed a bunch.
Yeah. All
Yes.
right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
All
you, and
right.
we will see you
Thank
next
you.
time.